Alright, let's take this concept of how a woman reacts when she realizes you lost interest and turn it into a grand, captivating, and deeply motivational epic that's easy for elders to understand, bursting with energy, entertainment, and wisdom. We're diving into the heart of what happens when you stop chasing a woman, not out of spite, not as a game, but because you've rediscovered your own worth. This is a story of self-respect, human nature, and the electrifying power of standing tall. Buckle up for a long, vivid journey that's as engaging as a blockbuster movie and as empowering as a sermon from the mountaintop. The Great Awakening. What happens when you stop chasing? You're a man who's been pouring his heart and soul into a woman. You're calling her, planning dates, fixing things around her house, maybe even dropping everything to make her smile. You're chasing, not just her, but the idea of what you think a relationship should be. You're giving your time, your energy, your very essence, hoping she'll see you as the hero you're trying to be. But one day, something shifts. Maybe it's a quiet moment of exhaustion, or maybe it's a lightning bolt of clarity. You realize, this isn't working. You're running on empty. You're giving more than you're getting, and it's time to stop. So, you pull back. You stop calling as much. You stop bending over backward. You don't announce it with a dramatic speech or a slammed door, you just shift. You redirect your energy to yourself, your passions, your peace. This, my friend, is where the story gets juicy. Because when you stop chasing, you don't just change the game, you flip the entire board upside down. And what happens next? A woman's reaction to your newfound distance is like a spotlight shining on the truth of your relationship, her character, and your own worth. This isn't just about romance, it's about life, respect, and the raw, unfiltered dynamics of human connection. Let's unpack this with the enthusiasm of a storyteller around a campfire, weaving in details, humor, and motivation to keep you hooked. Why pulling back is a game changer. When you stop chasing, you're doing more than changing your daily routine. You're rewriting the unspoken rules of the relationship. Think of attention as currency, like gold coins you've been tossing into a wishing well, hoping for a return. Every call, every favor, every moment you spend trying to win her over is a coin. But when you close your wallet and stop tossing those coins, the well runs dry. And that's when you see what the well was really made of. Women are masters of picking up on these shifts. They're like emotional detectives, noticing the tiniest clues before you even realize you're giving them. When your texts slow down, when your voice loses that eager edge, when you stop jumping at her every whim, she feels it. It's like a sudden chill in the air, and that chill triggers something deep inside her. A primal, almost instinctive reaction. Why? Because your attention was a mirror reflecting her value in your eyes. When you take that mirror away, she's forced to confront what's left. This moment is pure magic, not the fairy tale kind, but the kind that reveals truth. Her reaction to your withdrawal is like a map to her soul. It shows you who she is, what she valued in you, and whether the connection was ever real. And for you, it's a chance to reclaim your power, to stand tall like a king who's remembered his crown. The four phases of her reaction. What to expect when you stop chasing. A woman's response will fall into one of four categories, each one a window into her heart and a lesson for your journey. Let's break them down with vivid detail, like scenes from a movie, so you can picture exactly what's happening. The frenzied pursuit. She fights to reel you back, and imagine this. You've been less available, and suddenly, your phone lights up. She's texting, "Hey, where have you been? Or did I do something wrong?" She might call out of the blue, her voice sweet as honey, or show up with a homemade pie, batting her eyelashes like she's auditioning for a rom-com. Maybe she starts flirting harder, wearing that dress you always liked, or dropping hints about how much she misses you. This is the frenzied pursuit, and it's electric. Your heart races, she cares. But hold your horses, cowboy. This reaction can mean one of two things. If she genuinely values you, her efforts might come from a place of love. She's realized what you mean to her and wants to fix things. That's rare, and you'll know it by her sincerity. She'll talk openly, respect your space, and show real effort. But more often, this frenzy is about control. She's used to you chasing her, and your absence is like a power outage in her world. She's scrambling to flip the switch back on, not because she loves you, but because she loves the feeling you gave her: validation, attention, security. Think of it like a kid who ignores their toy until someone else wants it. Suddenly, it's their favorite thing. Watch closely. Is she fighting for you, or for the spotlight you shone on her? A woman worth your time will show respect, not just desperation. The tantrum. She gets angry or manipulative now. Picture a different scene. You pull back, and instead of sweetness, you get fire. She's snapping at you. "What's your problem lately?" Or "You're so distant, you don't even care." Maybe she goes silent, giving you the cold shoulder to punish you, or picks a fight over something trivial, like how you park the car. This is the tantrum, and it's a red flag waving in a hurricane. This reaction isn't about love, it's about control. She's angry because you've dared to take away something she thought was hers forever: your attention. It's like a customer yelling at a store clerk because their favorite product is out of stock. She might try guilt-tripping you. "After all I've done for you," playing the victim, or even flirting with someone else to make you jealous. These are all moves in a game, and the goal is to drag you back into her orbit. Here's the kicker. Weak men fall for this. They see her anger and think, "She must care, look how upset she is." But let me ask you, does a gambler love the casino, or do they love the thrill of the win? Her tantrum shows she's losing something she took for granted, not that she's losing you. A woman woman who values you won't try to manipulate or punish you, she'll respect your choice, even if it hurts. The cold goodbye, she moves on without a blink. Here's a tougher one. You stop chasing, and nothing. She doesn't call. She doesn't text. She moves on like you were a passing breeze, maybe even starts posting pictures with someone new on social media. This is the cold goodbye, and it stings like a slap in the face. Your pride takes a hit, and you wonder, did I mean anything to her? As painful as this is, it's a gift wrapped in barbed wire. Her indifference shows you the truth. She didn't value you the way you deserved. You might have been a convenience, a shoulder to lean on, or just someone to fill a void. Her ability to walk away without a second glance proves the connection was one-sided. It's like finding out the fancy watch you bought was a knockoff. It hurts, but now you know what's real. This moment is your chance to let go. Don't chase her to prove your worth. That's a trap. Instead, thank her silently for showing you who she is, and walk away with your head high. The pain will fade, but the lesson will stay. You deserve someone who sees your value. The quiet respect. She reflects and honors your space finally. There's the rarest reaction, like finding a diamond in a coal mine. You pull back, and she doesn't panic or lash out. Instead, she feels the loss but respects it. Maybe she sends a thoughtful message. I've noticed you've been distant, and I'd love to talk when you're ready. Or maybe she gives you space, reflecting on her own role in the distance. This is the quiet respect, and it's the mark of a woman with true character. This reaction shows she values you as a person, not just what you provide. She's not scrambling to save face or control the narrative. She's willing to look at herself and the relationship honestly. This is the only response that might be worth reconsidering, but only if it aligns with your own sense of worth. Even then, proceed with caution. Respect is the foundation, but it's not a guarantee of compatibility. What her reaction reveals, the mirror of truth. Here's the heart of the matter. Her reaction isn't about you, it's about what you represented to her. This is where the story gets profound. When you stop chasing, you hold up a mirror to the relationship, and what you see in that mirror is the truth, unfiltered. Let's break it down. If she fights or throws a tantrum, she's likely reacting to the loss of something you provided: attention, validation, security. It's not about you as a person, it's about the role you played in her life. Think of a diner upset because their favorite coffee shop closed. They don't miss the barista, they miss the coffee. Her desperation or anger shows she valued the feeling you gave her, not necessarily you. If she moves on easily, this is brutal but liberating. Her indifference means you were never a priority. You might have been a convenience, a placeholder, or a source of temporary comfort. Her ability to walk away without a backward glance is proof the connection wasn't mutual. It's like discovering a friend only called when they needed a favor. The truth hurts, but it sets you free. If she respects your space, this is the gold standard. Her calm, reflective response shows she sees you as a person, not a resource. She's not trying to manipulate or control, she's honoring your choice, even if it's painful. This is the kind of woman who might be worth your time, but only if the relationship aligns with your values and goals. This mirror of truth is why pulling back is so powerful. It's not about winning or losing, it's about clarity. You see the relationship for what it is, not what you hoped it would be. And that clarity is your ticket to freedom, your chance to walk away from what doesn't serve you and toward what does. Why do men keep chasing when it's not working? Now, let's get real about why so many men, maybe even you, keep chasing even when the signs are screaming to stop. This isn't just about romance, it's about human nature, and it's a trap that snared good men for generations. Let's unpack the reasons with the intensity of a courtroom drama. The fear of solitude deep in our bones. We're terrified of being alone. Society tells us a man without a partner is incomplete, like a puzzle missing a piece. So we cling to a relationship, even if it's draining us dry. We think, if I let her go, what if I end up with no one? But here's the truth, delivered like a thunderclap. Being alone is better than being with someone who makes you feel invisible. Loneliness is a season. Losing yourself is a life sentence. Imagine waking up 10 years from now, still chasing, still begging, and realizing you traded your soul for a mirage. Choose yourself instead. The myth of trying harder. We've been fed a lie. If you love someone enough, if you just try harder, they'll change. So we double down, thinking, if I show her how much I care, she'll see my worth. But love isn't a prize you win for effort. A woman who doesn't value you now won't suddenly flip a switch because you bought her flowers or fixed her car. Respect is earned through strength, not sacrifice. Imagine you're a chef, cooking a gourmet meal for someone who keeps sending it back. At some point, you stop cooking and find a table that appreciates your feast. Mistaking chaos for passion. When a woman reacts to your distance with tears, arguments, or games, it feels alive. That intensity tricks us into thinking it's love. We think, she's fighting for me, she must care. But real love isn't a soap opera. It's not shouting matches or slammed doors. It's steady, respectful, mutual. Chaos is just a distraction, like a magician's smoke and mirrors. A woman who loves you won't need to create drama to keep you. She'll build a connection that feels like home. Don't chase the storm when you deserve the calm. Avoiding the fight. Our brains are wired for peace, especially as we get older. It's easier to go along, to swallow your frustration, than to rock the boat. We think, if I just keep quiet, things will get better. But every time you silence your truth, you chip away at your strength. You teach her, and yourself, that your needs don't matter. It's like letting termites eat your house because you don't want to deal with with the exterminator. Small concessions add up, and before you know it, you're a shadow of the man you used to be. Speak your truth, even if it shakes the ground. The sunk cost fallacy. Ever hear the phrase, "I've come too far to quit"? That's the sunk cost fallacy, and it's a doozy. You think, "I've invested so much time, so many years, I can't walk away now." But time spent doesn't justify time wasted. Imagine you're on a road trip and you realize you've been driving in the wrong direction for hours. Do you keep going because you've already burned gas, or do you turn around? Walking away isn't failure, it's course correction. Your future is worth more than your past. The power of walking away, your hero's journey. Here's where the story soars. When you stop chasing, you're not just ending a cycle, you're embarking on a hero's journey. You're reclaiming your power, your dignity, your life. Walking away isn't about giving up, it's about standing up. It's about saying, "I am enough. My heart, my time, my soul, they're worth more than this." Imagine you're a knight in a medieval tale. You've been battling for a castle that doesn't want you, swinging your sword against walls that won't budge. One day, you lower your weapon, mount your horse, and ride away, not in defeat, but in triumph. You're not abandoning the fight, you're choosing a better one. You're riding toward a kingdom that values your strength, your honor, your fire. This act of walking away is pure alchemy. It transforms you from a man who begs for scraps into a man who demands a feast. And here's the wild, beautiful paradox. When you walk away with dignity, you become magnetic, not just to her, but to the world. Why? Because a man who knows his worth is a force of nature. He doesn't need to shout or prove anything, he just is. People feel it. Opportunities find him. And yes, sometimes, even the woman who lost him feels the weight of his absence. If she comes back begging for a second chance, that's when you get to decide, not from desperation, but from strength. You'll see her clearly, not as the dream you chased, but as the person she is. And you'll know whether she's worth your time or if you're better off riding into the sunset alone. Elders, you've walked this earth long enough to know time is a thief. It slips through your fingers, leaving behind regrets for the chances you didn't take, the truths you didn't speak, the life you didn't live. So let this be your anthem, your battle cry, your moment to rise. Stop chasing what doesn't chase you back. Stop pouring your soul into someone who only takes. You are not a doormat, not a backup plan, not a convenience. You are a man with a heart that roars, a spirit that soars, a legacy that deserves to shine. The next time you feel that urge to chase, to beg, to prove yourself, pause. Take a deep breath, like a warrior before battle. Look in the mirror and ask, is this person worth my soul? If the answer is no, walk away. Not with anger, not with bitterness, but with the quiet, unshakable strength of a man who knows he's enough. Because when you stop chasing, you start finding. You find your courage, your peace, your fire. You find the people who see you for who you are, not what you can give them. You find a life that's yours, not a script someone else wrote. So go out there, hold your head high, and live like the legend you were always meant to be. The world is waiting for you to claim it.